Hi, I'm Barbara Coward, and I'm filming today in front of the Christmas tree in my building. Now, this is a time of year where there's a heated debate of whether you should have a fake tree or a real tree. And people have really strong opinions about that. But in addition to it being the holiday season, it is also ranking season. So a lot of MBA rankings are coming out, as one did yesterday at Poets Quants for their 2025 Composite Ranking. Now, rankings is something I have been studying for a long time. As an example, here is a letter I wrote to the editor at Business Week back in 1996 about rankings. I also worked in business schools where I was responsible for submitting the rankings data and hitting submit. And so, I know what goes into rankings. And this is what I want to tell you. Just like with Christmas, when you see the presents under the tree, you might look at the packaging and the pretty paper and the bows, but you really have to look inside to see what the gift really is. What do I mean by that? Okay. Well, let's take the Poets and Quants example. Now, it is a ranking that's a composite of 5 other rankings. And I'm going to put my glasses on so I can talk to you about that. And the rankings are the methodology. It's 35% of the weight of that ranking is from U.S. News and World Report's ranking. 30% is from the Financial Times. 15% is from Bloomberg. 10% is from LinkedIn, and 10% is from Princeton Review. So that means that 65% of the ranking is from U.S. News and Financial Times. What does that mean? That means if you were not included in one of those rankings, well, any of those, but particularly those since those are weighted so heavily, that's going to hurt you in the composite ranking. And that's what happened to Stanford. If you look at the 2025 ranking, you might be scratching your head going, well, why is Stanford not in the top 10? It's obviously a top 10 school. But here's what happened. In the Financial Times, part of their methodology is to include surveys from alumni. And you need to meet the threshold of a certain percentage of surveys returned to be considered in the ranking. Didn't happen to Stanford. Now, don't think that means that alums are not happy with their Stanford experience, but I'll tell you this, Stanford, a lot of people go there because they want to go into entrepreneurship. And if you are a recent grad and you were building a company and you're working on a pitch deck to send to investors, and you don't have enough hours in the day, and there's a deadline, and there's an email from the Financial Times asking you for your thoughts about Stanford, you might not prioritize that, right? Or you might say, I'll get to that later, and you're focused on your pitch deck. Something like that could happen. But as a reader, you might assume other things from the fact that they aren't in the ranking. So again, you need to go into the under the tree, look at the presents, go beyond the bows, look inside and see what's included. And I think that'll help you have a better understanding of how rankings work and how they can work for you. Thanks so much, and Merry Christmas.